In the cold and dark winter of 1908, I was born into a poor farmer family in the kingdom of Sordland. I was named Anton Rare. My childhood was very awful, helping my parents in the field while struggling with schoolwork. I never had enough food or clothes. Life was very hard. When the kingdom was transformed into a republic, I was in school and felt somewhat worried. Maybe life would become worse, I guessed. After graduation, I was enrolled in Hosod State University studying law. Becoming a lawyer would make me a lot of money, I thought. Campus life was chill until one night, the night ahead of the first general election. Soldiers suddenly flowed into our school and arrested several innocent students and teachers. We were very confused and shocked. Then we heard of the news. Martial law was declared. A military government was formed, and the promised election never happened. And shortly after, another general from the military declared themselves as the legitimate government. In the end, a full-blown civil war broke out. Bloodshed and violence was everywhere. Those were the most chaotic years of me, and for the infant republic. However, my love Monica was with me all the time, and we muddled through together somehow. Eventually, General Soul brought an end to all the chaos. He won the war, wrote a new constitution, formed the United Sordland Party, and held the first election. As seen by most compatriots as the savior of our country, he easily got elected as the first president of Sordland. While his USP party controlled the parliament, almost everyone believed the dawn has come. After graduation, I was enlisted into the army for 1 year, which was a new policy under the Seoul administration. After the national service, Monica and I married, and I was offered a high-paying job in the governing USP party as a legal assistant to one of the senior MP. I was so young and so happy at that time. I worked very hard for myself, for the USP party, and for the nation. By the time the second election came, the economy was booming, order had been restored, people were the happiest they had been in the decade. Indubitably, Seoul was elected again. In the parliament election, due to my hard work and appreciation from my previous boss, I also became the youngest member of the parliament. MP life was very busy and much more demanding. I had to bear the responsibility for the nation, for my party, for my people, and of course, for my family and for myself. It is a well-respected job, but also a very hard to take. At the same time, President Seoul increased his own authority over the years. His growing arrogance and ego started to cause strife within the party and among the people. Although he narrowly secured a majority in the third election, people were more and more angry with the rampant corruption and high inflation. Meanwhile, the leadership struggle within our USP party became heated, and I decided to join the internal opposition. The reason is very simple. I am responsible for the people, not for the president himself. I give my support for Alfonso, a reformist and a free market advocate. Without much surprise, Alfonso won the position of USP party leader and became the president. The Seoul era ended finally. The first thing Alfonso did as the president was to roll out a massive privatization program. He believed in the laissez-faire theory. However, his bold reforms was only followed by a serious economic recession. No one knew why the recession came, or everyone held his own explanation and criticized others. Together with Petro, my best friend, I stood up as the face of a new wing in our party and shortly won the support of most party members and took over the party leadership. Following this, I announced my running for president in the incoming general election with Petro as my running mate. It was my turn. I promised to enact more democratic reforms and rewrite the out-of-date Seoul Constitution. I promised to continue to promote free market and tighten the flawed immigration policy. I also promised to align with the West, which is called the free world by themselves, and the capitalist hell by the East. I set my term focus to law and enforcement because I believe it is a very foundation for any further development. The result was announced shortly, and I successfully became the third president of the Republic of Sordland. I felt proud of myself and, to be frank, nervous for the future, at least to some extent. On the day of inauguration, I came on time. It was Hawker, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, held the ceremony. I followed him to take the oath. I do solemnly swear that I will respectfully execute the office of the President of Sordland and, to the best of my capacity, preserve, protect, and defend the people and the Constitution of the Republic. After the oath, I gave my inauguration speech. Brothers and sisters, you the people have chosen. Together, we will bring prosperity and reform to our state. It is a time of hope, a time of change. In the past, there have been times of survival, time of conflict and hardship, but whenever we stood together, we prevailed. I promise you, we will stop the recession and eliminate poverty. Change now, not in the next decade or year, but today. Then I raised my fist. Long life Sordland.